Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Too Good to Be True podcast. I am your host, Pascal Mayada. It's very weird that I do a podcast on Monday, actually Monday night when I am, Monday afternoon over there in across the world. But we do have a lot of topic to to digest, to talk about right now. So let's get started with the news right now. But before we talk about the topic, make sure to go to my YouTube channel, Too Good to Be True Podcast, subscribe, notify, leave your comment on my video, and leave the comment on the community where I post news, sport, culture, sneaker, uh, on my YouTube channel. And don't forget to listen to this podcast on Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcasts. Now let's get right to it. So we have NBA breaking news right now that that uh Paul George is done for the season for this season with the Philadelphia 76ers. So according to Sham on his ex formerly Twitter, that George spent the past week consulting with doctors on the best treatment option. The 34 years old suffered two hyperextension on his knee in October and November, and finger tendon injury in January, and dealt with a growing ailment in the recent week. He played 41 games this season. So So what he's trying to say that Paul George is done for the season with the Philadelphia 76ers. Well, yes, I think they did the right thing to shut him down. To shut him down for this season because the 76ers are this season is a total mess. We all have to agree that the 76ers this season were a mess. To see Joel Embiid not playing much, Tyrese Maxey, uh, alone, the lone wolf of the 76er. Paul George is been in and out, so I'm glad that they shut him down for this season. And other topic news. So yesterday, let's recap uh, uh, basketball game. Thunder versus Bucks. Uh, Thunder win 121 to 05. SGA dropped how many points? I want to remember. Dropped 31 point, two rebound, eight assists, shot for 11-27 on the field goal. Compared to the Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo, 21 point, 12 rebound, 10 assists, close to a triple double, 7 of 15 of the field goal. Damian Lillard, 19 point, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 3 and 9 on a field goal. So great win for the OKC. Jazz versus the Timberwolf. Great win for the Wolf, 128 to 102 against the Jazz. Uh, uh, Ant-Man Anthony Edwards had probably a career high 41.2 rebound, two assists, shot for 16-27 on the field goal. Great game for the Timberwolves. Clippers versus the Charlotte Hornets. Great win for the Clippers, 123-88. James Harden, 31 point, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, shot for 9 for 15 on the field goal. Kawhi Leonard, 23.6 rebounds, 5 assists, 9 for 16 on the field goal. Great win for him. Great win for the Clippers. Now, another game. I believe there were another game that they played. Yes, yes. Actually, no. Just forget. But great game for them. Now, another news we want to talk about is the we will get to the bracket later, but I will talk about the unrivaled game that happened um yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Yeah, we had the unrivaled game of between if I can find it. Sorry for that. I had to look for it for the unrivaled game because that was so great. If I can find, yes, there it is. Unrivaled game. Uh, yeah, what? Sorry, my pronunciation. The Vinal upset the Learner Owl on the what is it? The conference finals. Uh, so the Vinyl number 4 seed took down the number 1 seed Lerner Owl, which he came into a matchup which just lost one on season with win. Vinyl punched their ticket to the championship against the Rose on tonight's game. Nafisa Collier has been named the unrivaled MVP. So congratulations to her. So we have pretty much like what the preview and also preview between the Rose and the Vinyl. But before that, the Gray, Chelsea Gray led the victory against the Laces 63-57 with with the with 39 points um against the Lace. So tonight also that is a preview between the Vinyl versus the Roses. So when the best team win. If I have to bet my money, I will pick the Rose over the Lace. So yeah. The no, sorry, the Rose versus the Vinyl. So that's my prediction on this game. Now let's talk about a serious topic right now because uh, so the bracket has been released for the men's basketball and the women college basketball. So let's start with uh, the men's bracket. But before that, make sure, like I said, to subscribe on my YouTube channel, Too Good to Be True podcast. And if you don't want to, if you missed those other episode of my Too Good to Be True podcast, um, it's available on my YouTube channel. So it's already doing there. So let's go. Let me share this. Of Let me share it a little bit. We're gonna share it, and we're gonna look at it right now. So, so here we go. So for the East region, you got number one, of course, number one, Duke have to go against between who's gonna win between the American and the Mount St. Mary. The number 8 seed Mississippi State versus Baylor. Next game, you got the fifth seed Oregon versus the number 12 Liberty. The fourth seed Arizona versus number 13 Akron. Number 6 seed BYU versus the number 11 VCU. The number 3 Wisconsin versus number 14 Montana. The number 7 St. Mary versus Vanderbilt, number 10 Vanderbilt. The number 2 seed Alabama versus number 15 Robert Morris. This is the East region. Now let's go to the South region. which we got the number one seed. Auburn has to face between the number 16 seed between Alabama State versus San Francisco, Louisville versus Creighton. Next game, Michigan versus the UC San Diego. The number four seed Texas A&M versus number 13 Yale. The number six seed Ole Miss versus the number 11 between SDSU and University of North Carolina. The Iowa State versus the Lipscomb. This is the South region. The Midwest region. Oh yeah, I just forgot the East region is in Newark. The South region is in Atlanta, and the Midwest is going to be in Indianapolis. Indianapolis. So the number one seed Houston versus the SIU Edwardsville. The number eight seed Gonzaga versus Georgia. Number nine seed. The number fifth seed Clemson versus number 12 seed McNeese. Number four seed Purdue versus the number 13 High Point. The number six seed Illinois versus number 11 seed between Texas and Xavier. So it's gonna be a game for the number 11 seed. The number third seed Kentucky versus number 14 Troy. Number seven seed UCLA versus number 10 Utah State. The number two seed Tennessee versus number 15 Wofford. And finally, the West region in San Francisco. The number one seed Florida are taking the number 16 seed Norfolk State. Number 8 seed Yukon versus the number 9 seed Oklahoma. Number 5 seed Memphis versus number 12 seed Colorado State. The number 4 seed Maryland versus the number 13 seed Grand Canyon. The number 6 seed Missouri versus the number 11 Drake. The number 3rd seed Texas Tech versus the number 14 seed UNCW. The number 7 seed Kansas, number 10 Arkansas. The number 2 seed St. John versus the number 50 seed Omaha. So, so what do I see? What do I think about the bracket? Like I expected with the number the men's college basketball is pretty lackluster because and this is with my issue with the men college basketball. There is no superstar other than Cooper Flag. If you remove Cooper Flag of the team, you pretty much got nothing. Actually, no. You do have St. John with Rick Pitino. Florida is pretty good. I gotta admit that. I'm not gonna lie. But other than that, you got nothing. I mean, UConn are not the same. It's not the same team, and I don't think they're gonna three-peat it. And that's the beauty about underdog team because you see the unexpected team, and that's what I love about the first knockout team. One team can win and one team can lose. This is not like a playoff series. It go between the 4 game or 7 game. One just one game, one knockout round, and you're eliminated. That's the beauty of March Madness. But like I said, between the men college basketball, it's pretty much like I said, lackluster. Compare to the women college basketball, uh, it's a little bit different. So I'm gonna share the women's bracket right now. I'm gonna share it right now. because the woman bracket is a little bit different than the man. So I'm gonna share it with you guys right about now. I'm gonna share it with you guys, and there it is. Okay, so I don't know if we can see this. If we can't, I'm gonna go to my. I will go to the X formerly Twitter. We're gonna see the bracket for the woman. So okay, Region One, one in LA in UCLA. Yes, the woman's a little bit different. They get the home court advantage. So number one seed UCLA versus the UC San Diego between the UNC State. I can't speak. The UC San Diego versus the Southern U, who will win? I don't know. Number eight seed Richmond versus Georgia Tech. The next game in Waco, Texas. Ole Sm- o, o, Ole Miss versus Ball State. Baylor versus Grand Canyon. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, was going to take place. The number six seed Florida State versus the number 11 George Mason. The number 11. Number third seed LSU versus the number 14 seed San Diego State. Next going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina. The Michigan State versus Harvard. The number two seed North Carolina State versus Vermont. Next region, next region at Birmingham, in Birmingham. So we're gonna see it. Okay, it's gonna be in Colum. The first bracket gonna be in Columbus, South Carolina. The number one seed South Carolina versus the number 16 seed Tennessee Tech. Number eight seed Utah versus the number nine seed Indiana. Next going to be College Park, MD, like I believe it's Maryland, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Maryland. Yes. Number 50, Alabama versus number 12 seed Green Bay. The number 4 seed Maryland versus the number 13 seed Norfolk State. Next, going to be in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. The number 6 seed West Virginia is going to go against between Columbia or Washington. The number 30 seed North Carolina with the number 14 seed Oregon State. And the next is going to be in Durham, North Carolina. Vanderbilt with the number 10 seed Oregon. The number 2 seed Duke with the number 15 seed Lehigh. Lehigh. That's the region 2. Now region 3. Region 3 is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be in Austin, Texas. So the number one seed Texas, which is going against between the number 16 seed, which is High Point or William and Mary. Number 8 seed Illinois versus number third seed Crankton. Next bracket is going to be in Columbus, Ohio. The number 50 Tennessee versus the number 12 seed South Florida. Number 4 seed Ohio State versus number 13 seed Montana State. Next bracket is going to be in Notre Dame, Indiana. Michigan going against the number 11 seed between Princeton or Iowa State. Notre Dame versus number 14 seed SFA. Finally, the next game is going to be the next bracket is going to be at Fort Worth, Texas. Number 7 seed Louisville versus the number 10 seed Nebraska. Number 2 seed TCU versus the number 15 seed SDU. Now, and finally, Then and finally the the region four. So Los Angeles, SoCal, you got this Southern California versus the number 16 seed UNC Greensboro, California versus Mississippi. Next game is gonna be in Lexington in Kentucky, Kansas State versus Fairfield, Kentucky going against Liberty. The next bracket is gonna be in Norman, Oklahoma, Iowa versus Murray State, Oklahoma versus FGCU. And the next final bracket, Stoughton, Connecticut, Oklahoma State versus number 7 seed, South Dakota State, and UConn versus Arkansas State. So, what am I thought about this bracket? I think the women's bracket are pretty entertaining because you got the big name in the woman college basketball, Juju Watkin, Paige Becker, Hannah Dago. I can name a few. I can name a few. Even the TCU girl, I forgot her name, but I mean they got a lot of name, and I think that this the woman college uh basketball going to be more entertaining than I ever thought. If I look at right now at the bracket, so I'm gonna share it again. If you really look at it again, if you really look at it, if I really look at it, um, right now, and people say that, and I hear people say that UCLA got an easy path. I agree with that. They had the easiest path. Do I think it's a cakewalk? No, no. There is no such thing. There is no such thing as a cakewalk in the. There is no such thing in a cakewalk in March Madness. Who, by the way, who I never watched college basketball in my life, but I can tell you the way I see it. I can tell you it's not going to be easy. Some game going to be a blowout. Some game going to be a tight game. But I can tell you that it's going to be entertaining in the woman's side compared to the men. So I don't have no issue with it. Uh, this college uh March Madness gonna be crazy this year. So it's gonna be entertaining. Entertaining. Now, speaking about the college basketball, um, the governor of the West Virginia University is calling an investigation. So I want to read this report because this is very very serious right now. So West Virginia Governor Patrick Morrisey has called for the NCAA Men Basketball Selection Committee to be invested for corruption after the West Virginia Mountaineers were left out of the NCAA tournament, a decision many pundits felt was questionable. Morrissey said that the decision was miscarriage of justice and robbery at the highest level. And as tasked West Virginia Attorney General J.B. McCuskey was with investigating whether any backdoor deal took place. So I wish I had the audio, but I will look at it after this. But let's continue to read that one of the main gripes with the NCAA selection committee bracket unveiled on Sunday was that North Carolina, which had just a 1-12 record against Quad One opponent, got in as the last seed. Many people felt there were more deserving bubble teams, including West Virginia, Indiana, and Ohio State, and the Mountaineers appeared to be the most glaring snub. So, according to I wish I could look for it. I wish I could look for it on the on this one because this is very very interesting. What's going on because this is something serious. I try to look for it right now. Let me just give the tweet on what Matt Schnick at the ESPN. So okay, let me share it with you guys because this is crazy. This is super crazy what I see. Okay, so this is according to Matt Schnick. So according to the community, North Carolina was officially the last team in the field. On the latest bracket metric featuring 111 bracketologists, West Virginia was in all 111 brackets. Indiana was in 90. Texas was in 50. Uh, Xavier in was in 30. North Carolina was in 27. 27. And for what it's worth, so let's continue reading it. I was surprised and disappointed to see West Virginia not receiving a bid to the NCAA tournament. Big 12 Commissioner Brett Yorkman said in a statement to ESPN Pete Thamel, in, in addition to their six quad first win, the Mountaineers won 10 conference games in one of the toughest league in the country. West Virginia deserves a spot, and fans across the country agree. Coach Dale Devers and his team did an incredible job fighting adversity and winning big games all season. Regardless of this disappointing outcome, I'm incredibly proud of how they represented the Big 12 all season. The Mountaineers finished their season 1913 with a win over Gonzaga, Arizona, Kansas, and Iowa State, all tournament team that a side government Mirasay called to investigate the snub was met with skepticism. Every year, bubble teams are snubbed for the NCAA tournament, and every year those teams feel aggrieved. West Virginia was arguably the biggest loser of this year's selection process, and the whole state appeared to be pretty angry about it. What am I thought about this? I think that it's high robbery to see that West Virginia Mountaineers did not make it to the March Madness tournament over North Carolina, who by the way they had a bad season. The North Carolina do not deserve to be in, and I'm not surprised that the governor of West Virginia is want to investigate the NCAA about that because it's not normal. A team like North Carolina who had a bad season, let's say a mediocre season, go against a team that West Virginia who had a tough road. The conference is not easy, and this is how they deserve. And this is very disrespectful. And I don't blame them if they have an investigation on that. So so I don't mind that. I don't mind it if there's investigation. So I don't mind it anyway. Now let's try to do the team that could, the sleeper team in the in the March Madness. So according to Bleacher Report, men NCAA bracket prediction, sleeper team that could make a deep run. So they named five teams that could be a sleeper on the team. So first they say BYU Cougar. I'm not gonna read everything. So top five sleeper team. The BYU Cougar is one of them. The BYU Cougar, the Missouri Tiger, sorry, the New Mexico Lobos, the Oregon Ducks, and finally San Mary Gale. If you told me which five team are the sleepest team, I will go with the Oregon Ducks. The Oregon Ducks are probably the sleepers team in my opinion. Probably the sleepers team on the men's college basketball on my head. So I got I got them my sleepers team. Now let's go to the uh to the women's sleepers team. So I had to find it. I had to really I had to really find it. Yeah, there it is. Uh, the woman sleepers team. If I can find it, if I can find the five woman sleepers team, I think I could do it by myself. If I can find a five team sleepers team, in my opinion, in my opinion, I'm gonna say this. I look at the bracket. I looked at the bracket. Um, if I can find that bracket again, if I can find it, the bracket. If I can find uh, five sleepers team, in my opinion, I will go with this. I will go with TCU. TCU are my sleepers team. That's my opinion. I got not I don't I had who else I got? I got Tennessee can be my sleeper. That's two. Who I can have? Baylor. Baylor on my sleepers team. My number 14 are Oklahoma. Oklahoma. And my number fifth pick, if I'll be seriously, I will pick ooh, this is tough. Maryland, yeah. Maryland are my cheapest team of the women's college basketball. So like I said, TCU, TCU, Oklahoma, Maryland, West Virginia, Tennessee, Baylor, and I think I said West Virginia, if I'm not mistaken. But I'll add them if I'm mistaken. Leave your comment on the video. Which of five sleepers team do you have on on March Madness? And before we had to leave, before we leave, I'm gonna share a news, but that I just recently saw about the NIL for Flau'Jea Johnson. So I want to read this according to Bleacher Report. So LSU star Flau'Jae Johnson will have opportunity to add to her national profile with the Tigers tipping off their NCAA Women's Tournament run Saturday against San Diego State. On three Project Johnson to have the highest value in its sport, $1.5 million, putting her ahead of UConn Paige Becker, USC Juju Watkins, who by the way signed a contract with Fanatic, which congratulations to Juju Watkins. The junior guard have averaged 18, let's say 19 points, 5.8 rebound through 30 games this season. She has helped LSU put together a 28-5 record and earned the number three third spot in the big dance. Johnson became the household name as a true freshman in 2002-2023 when the Tiger lifted their first national title in the program history. Her explode on the court and her burgeoning music career helped to elevate her above a lot of her peers. The 21 years old has only bolstered her rap credentials since then, getting to perform Came Out of the Beast, and the 2024 SB was a sign of her mainstream popularity. Attaining an equity stake in Unrivaled was another indicator how people around women's basketball are recognizing her commercial value. While she is eligible for the WNBA draft this spring, pro evaluators will probably be watching Johnson closely in the NCAA tournament. All strong showing could be put the first team on SCE honor near the top of the early draft board for 2026. So congratulations for her, Flau'Jae Johnson. Well deserved for her, uh, and nothing but the best for her in her future. So that's it for the women's basketball college basketball for men and women. And I want to say this. Thank this also. Nah, just kidding. I just want to say this. Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. Make sure to follow me on social media at Instagram Pascal underscore Maela underscore 15 or X from the Twitter at Belly versus PMM. And that being said, thank you very much for listening to this podcast, and I'll see you next time.